Meow, meow, meow. Oh, yeah. Silly. I got more utilities now. Two small module editions. Both of them from the always enjoyable ADAC systems. Small, sort of small. I don't think they're that small. Manufacturer from Spain. This little comparator, sorry, time compensated glide on that guy, and then this is the comparator. And they're really cool. They're really, really useful. And I'm happy I had space for them, and it's one of those things where you're like, hey, I need utilities. Kind of looks crooked. Okay. Yeah, I messed up my tripod. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. There we go. Good enough. Gonna have to do. That'll have to do. There's no great way to mount a camera or tripod on this thing. Just really unfortunate. So, you know, still baffled as to what to do with that. I mean, I would say mounting it like here, coming in, but it would have to be pretty far away, and then you wouldn't get as much detail. So I guess this will happen. No. Anyways, glide is easy. Glide is a it's a slew limiter. So when a voltage spikes up instead of instantly popping all the way up, it takes time. That's the big difference. So, like, for example, here's the voice as is. Here, let me turn down the glide. There, I'll turn it off. It actually has an on-off switch, which is cool. So as it is, it's quantized. It's popping from voltage to voltage instantaneously. So we can turn it on. Now it's swooping, you know, also known as portamento. So I think one of the best friends of this is going to be the Melodizer. Because the Melodizer allows you to do like legato notes on some of its rhythms that it puts out, which means those will be notes that are going to take time. I mean, they're not going to go instantaneously between two notes. So if we can reach, which we can't. Out. And then it has CV inputs for glide time and time compensation. Time compensation means it either does a linear time here, so I'll put it all on entirely on linear. So in other words, it takes X amount of time to go up a half step. So it'll take X times 12 to go up an octave. Right? If you set it to equal, then it'll take the same amount of time no matter what, which is kind of cool. That's pretty sweet. Just barely. No, just fine, actually. So you can hear that little dong-dong, that little guy, those couple of those, or that little wow. That's a legato note. So it brings a lot of life to a pattern. It's pretty cool. So now a comparator is different. Obviously, it's not the same thing. Comparator will take a voltage, a rising voltage, let's say. So let's say you throw an LFO into it, okay? You set a threshold to a certain level, and when it hits that threshold, it sends out a trigger. Okay. This can be used in a few different ways. First of all, you could just give it a sine wave. You just supply it with a sine wave oscillator. So let's just do that. Okay, here's a sine wave. There, happy little sine wave. Perfect happy little dope for a sine wave. All right, so if we take the happy little dope for sine wave and run it into the comparator, now it's a pulse wave. And we can change pulse width by changing the threshold of the comparator. Right, so you can run it at audio rate, which is pretty cool. Better uses maybe would be like, give it a random voltage, and then it only sends out an envelope. Let's put this on like 8th note random. This. And take the output of that oscillator. Just right now, I'm going to take the sawtooth out. There we are. So just random notes, right? Truly random notes. Loads of bullshit. Okay, so what if I take that same output and take the output of that bring it to an envelope. So it's only triggering the envelope on the high notes. And why the high notes? Well, because those have the highest voltage when we're talking 1 octave. So high notes have higher voltages. So you set the voltage to a certain threshold, and once it hits that threshold, it puts out a trigger, and that triggers the envelope. So yeah, it's all voltages, man. It's all voltage. And you can see this little red light right here is... that's kind of showing that it's over the threshold. If I turn it up a little bit... This is the weird... the threshold works in reverse. That's the strange thing. I could have sworn they misspelled the word threshold. It's like... Nope, I guess not. Okay. I'm just blind. Old age. Okay. Anyways, I mean, these are utilities, right? They're nifty. They're very, very useful. Yeah, well, voltages, right? The pitches are 1 volt per octave. That's the standard. Unless you're Korg. It's Korg. So, you know, every octave, if you think of it divided up into 12 different notes, then, you know, 1/12 of a volt goes up a semitone. Okay. Pitches themselves, audio, is just fast voltages. So maybe, you know, your voltage is going up and down 440 times per second. Well, now you just played an A. So it's like all the same stuff. And most analog things that are designed to manipulate voltages can also manipulate audio, because audio is just a voltage. It's all voltages. It's all just voltages. Yeah. Yeah, and I can select the random on this to be bipolar or not. It just sort of depends. I probably should have, but it just gives you a little bit more range. So if you run bipolar through a quantizer, or a random through a quantizer, then you'll get actual, you know, scale and stuff. So it'll round off to the nearest note and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's another tool for your toolbox, though. And those kinds of things are really useful in terms of just giving depth to, like, maybe what's normal, kind of a basic sequence. You know, having your utilities is a good thing. The only annoying thing is that, you know, I have this. This is the stochastic function generator. Function generators, like maths. Maths is a function generator. That is supposed to be able to slew limit, and every single time I've used it for that, it's just not understand it, and I hate it. Why you gotta not slew limit, bro? What's up with that? What to do here? Well, I usually like to start with the Melodizer, because the Melodizer sounds good. So let's go into here. Quadrax envelope into our filter. As long as we're doing chainsaw, stereo. Okay, now let's set up a chain on the Maestro here to do maybe like every maybe like okay, so chain 1 quarter note low, quarter note low. Now let's go half note low, quarter note low, quarter note ramp up, chain. Okay, so then every 2 each. Of course it won't. Why would it reach? So basically, at the end of every 2 measures, it's gonna bump up the high range. And what do I have on? I have CV. CV. Let's see. You know, CV1. So then theoretically, it should just. Yeah, there it is. 3, 4, there. So, again, now that you have a variation every once in a while, like that can be pretty cool. 50. Tempted to send it some triple sloths. Faster triple sloths. Ah, you son of a bitch, nothing reaches on this thing. Ah! Has a meltdown. Starts hammering his modular into pieces. Why? Okay, that's weird. There it goes. Nice. Kind of. No, I've got this slow LFO going in, selecting a different note value, 30-second notes. Okay. You know what would be kind of cool? Alright, so let's do this. Let's take this. Let's take the output of this. And let's go into the R bar. Alright, and then basically I want to set up kind of like chords. This is like polyphonic fake polyphony using granular synth stuff. And then honestly, I'd kind of like to just... I think I'm just going to go straight in rather than filter. And we can filter the output better. So cables are... Right. So let's use the popple. It's fun to say popple. Popple. Looks like we have some stuff in the buffers still. Of course we do. Let's kill it. Let's destroy it. Let's erase it. All right. So now we got... Need to find a decent range here, though. That sounds good. So the lowest note is a C. Alright, and then we just hit capture. It's all about modulations, man. You send another voltage in to do something completely different, and then it sounds cool. Alright, next one. How about A flat? A flat major chord. Okay. And then the next one, F minor. Alright, and then how about like a D flat major? No, D flat's not going to work. E flat would work. Dude, you're supposed to be dead. Killed you. Dead. Are you still alive? Oh my god. Alright, so this is E flat. So essentially, yeah, we're just filling up a buffer with notes. How about like G minor? Alright. And then let's do another C. Bring it down lower, though. It's a little bit of a sus chord in there. Okay. Now then. Where were we? Oh, yes. You're doing other things. So I wonder if I could just throw, let's say, a slow two-measure bipolar random at the transport control of the R-bar. So I'm going to throw this through a VCA. Chuck an envelope. Just dupe that envelope. VCA. Yo, 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 yo. We have fake polyphony. So the R bar is granular. So if you've ever used grain in Reason, for example, like it breaks up a sample into bazillions of tiny little bits, and then it plays them like randomly. It's like blah, 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 blah. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, these guys are not in tune. You know what polyphony is. Polyphony is, playing more than one note at a time, essentially. Now, in Eurorack, you need to have an oscillator, for example, that's going to be capable of doing that. Or you need a sequencer that's capable of actually sending polyphony. And there's I don't want to say there's not a lot of them. It's just that you have to be picky about it, right? You can't just take anything and make it work. It doesn't work that way. The chainsaw will actually do it. It's got three different ins, volt per octave ins. So you can send each of them a separate signal from someplace. Let's make a snare part now. Just use plats. Every time I say plats, I need to sound like Henri Corin. You're going to use the plats. He has the best French accent. So then, like, okay, what can put out multiple notes that are related at the same time? There's the big question. Instruo Harmonag can do that. In fact, that's its specialty. In fact, they have an oscillator that's kind of similar to the chainsaw in that it can do polyphony, like built in. Yeah, there's qubit. The qubit chord module can do stuff. You can kind of convince marbles to put out different notes that are related by chord. Ornament and Crime has a bunch of stuff like that in there, built-in quantizers and things that will automatically send out notes and things in a scale, related and chords, yada yada yada. So yeah, you have to look around. You got to kind of know what you're looking for, what you want. Hey, what's up, Brandon? What's happening? It's shaking. Come on. I wish this guy would just work. Just go back to the list of apps. That's the one. Okay. So if we just kind of chill on this for a while, and let's look at what do we got in here. In Ornament and Crime, we've got a bunch of stuff, right? The copier machine. That one kind of works pretty well for chords. That's really interesting. Copier machine's kind of, sort of a... it's kind of a... almost like a Turing machine. But you give it like a pulse and it'll do a chain of outputs, kind of, sort of. So if I gave it like, I don't know, man, let's give it a pulse from the Turing machine here. Let's just give it pulse number 1 from this guy. I think it's trigger number 1. Yeah. Okay. And then what we have are like 4 CV outs, and I'm not going to use 4 of them. There's 3 of them. Well, it's the only outs that I have. So if I take the outs, 1, 2, 3, and then bring him to yonder chainsaw, volt per octave 1, volt per octave 2, and volt per octave 3. And then we'll take stereo outs into... let's just go into that there Morpheus. Whip, 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 whip. What? Sorry, had to be done. No, we need to supply this with a voltage to base everything off of. And what better thing to give it than something completely random and stupid? Generally the best way to operate. So, CV input, let's go to the triple sloths on the faster triple sloths. The torpor. There. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's got a clicky knob. Clicky knobs are fun. The hell is with the scale masking? So C, C sharp, D, sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. There we go. Okay. So scale masking I put in like kind of sort of a C minor, but I ditched a couple of notes. I ditched the D. So now this is actual true polyphony in Eurorack here. Coffee, 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 coffee. Okay. We need to do something with this. We need to make this rhythmically interesting. I keep dropping my shit. So let's trigger an envelope. Oh yeah, better idea. Okay, better idea. Here's what we do. Here's what we do. Okay. First of all, we're gonna run this. Both of those guys, we're gonna run through a VCA. So filter output into a VCA. Can actually find some cables that are the same length. They'll reach. Maybe one of these days. Input. Jesus God, Lord. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry about your speakers. This is not what I wanted to do, though. Right now, it's getting the envelope from the other voice, so that's not going to obviously stay that way. So, let's see here. So this envelope is going to go to the filter. But then I want to set up a burst. Okay, so yeah, using the other end of this, can go to here, set this as a burst. And that we're going to run into here. That's a little more like it. Make it a little, like, sharper attack. Trigger. Do it. Do it. Do it! There it is. Okay. A little bit less than that. Got a little poppy. Oh my god, it's Venus Theory. My god. Do it again. Do it. Do it. Do it. There you go. Ace. We were here. So there you go. Polyphonic Eurorack. 3 times the cables. I mean, it's not wrong. Kind of makes me sad. Just a little bit. Just a little sad. Just a little dead inside. Let's take Y output from Apathy and Y output from Torpor and put those into the different FM inputs for each side of the popple, and that will sound sexy. So now we should have just a stereo brain massage cloud. God, this sounds like old Tangerine Dream right now. Okay, let's set up a drum pattern variation with the Maestro. Now, if we were really doing some skill runs here, I would set up a sequence to give me my different chords at different times. Kind of think that should be something that happens, but then there's that lazy part of me that's like, nah, just make another piece. So maybe we'll do both. Either way, I need my drum fill generator. Let's see here. Let's set up a chain on 5. So this is going to be every 8 measures. So slow, half note low, slow, half note low, measure 2, measure 3, measure 4, 5, measure 6, measure 7, so slow, half note low, quarter note low, quarter note ramp up, chain. Just need to put the cable in there. There. auto kick drum fill. Okay. Hang on. All right, a couple things. First of all, we need a bass line. There's no cables. Bass line. Of course we've the Vector Man show. Let's use the. Oh, we're not using the neutron filter. Okay. That seems better for us. Plus, then we can actually go actual true stereo. Or, maybe other. It's just not. Its bass. Stereo. I got one stereo channel left. So, just consider. Okay. So, this guy to the. Because then that gives us the opportunity to do some weird filter fuckery. Just have to actually come up with a sequence. Just hit reset. Just give me a reset. Dude, just reset me. Reset. Or like clear. It's clear. It's clear. Clear. So we are in C minor. I'll have you. Right. Let's get it to like a C3. To gates. All right, ultra basic here. Synchronized for time. Oh my god. It's truly a miracle. I know you can't hear the synchronization, but it's see the synchronization. But barely, because there's too many friggin' cables in the way. Where should we go? Where do we go from here? Okay, no, we go to the Zadar. Let's go to the. Is that as an envelopey? Envelopey. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. There. Cable's too big. So was the other. That matter, but. You just kind of sound stupid, don't you? Okay, stop. Stop. Okay. Synchronizing. Doesn't sound like the right note. The C sounds too low. It's really weird to me. Messing with me. We could add stank. We could do that. It's not a horrible idea. Like so much drive and gain on this, you can't hear anything. Huh. It's there, but see, the preamp of this filter has a pretty extreme range. Okay, yeah, modulation subsequence is on, and we should probably turn that off or change it so that it's not stupid. It didn't quite take. Son of a... Oh, that didn't do it either. Son of a... Okay, yeah. Stop. Quit it. Stop. So, yeah, the problem here is the Melodizer. The Melodizer just goes. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going no matter what. And it's extremely hard to synchronize it with another, like, clock, so because it doesn't have a reset command or anything like that. Okay, I think I got that. All right, this one's there. Cool, finally. Ha! That's a cool little variation that it's throwing in. I like that. So I've set up random movements down to either 4 half steps down, 2 half steps. Just occasionally it'll just pop onto them for 4 measures, I think. 4 measures. Alright, that was it. I'm out. That was fun. Thanks for coming. See you soon.